All right. I think I'm finally up there. Hey, JJ, don't you have a... Did I give you an invite to it? Man, guess not. Let me do... Let me find it here. It's right there. You can just jump into general voice chat if you want to jump on. All right, so market yesterday, NASDAQ at least, was pretty tight. Past couple days actually. A lot of good stocks though had some great days yesterday. See Beyond Meat, Sandal, KG, Riot Blockchain still putting in some good work. Looks like still has a little more to go. Hey, what's up, Black? GBTC. Those BTC derivatives again towards the upper echelon of our list today. SI with some really great volume. Some good moves too, not great moves, but definitely good. All right, ESI, that looks excellent. IT&T is still around? Apparently, they're on my screen. Let's look at that. And Bitcoin having a decent day today. Hey, EOS unexpectedly popping 14%. Interesting. Wait, it's not ESI? It says ESI. Specialty chemicals? Oh. Element Solutions. Hey, what's up, Ellie? Maybe they screwed up the ITT logo thing. ESI, Ellie, is that on our chemical list? Because it's looking pretty froggy. It's looking super froggy. They messed up the... I think this logo's jacked up. It's not ITT. Element Solutions Group. Okay. They have it right there, but their logo's wrong. Don't we have a chemicals list? Or what lists? JJ. Are you in
You.
this? Oh, there you are. Do you just jump on?
Yeah, I'm just trying to make this all happen so I can see what you're doing and also talk with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't need to see what I'm doing. It's not very good generally.
Sure.
I just glanced over and you were there. I'm like, oh, did I miss JJ?
Hey, you said
Potential.
that you're surprised on EOS.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know
always
it's
I'm
not
always
stocks,
surprised.
but
I'm always surprised EOS has a move.
well, go and have a look at the accumulation distribution.
Damn it, JJ. And keep adding indicators to my list here. But see, like, is that like, how does that show me?
Well, zoom out a bit further, so you're looking from 2020 or before even. I go to the
Oh, I'm on the 2 hour
daily.
chart.
Yeah, have a look in the daily.
I gotta add it back. Yeah, but don't all cryptos look like that though?
Nope.
VeChain?
But
Well,
a lot of the big caps do.
yeah, the big caps are all gonna have that. I guess what would differentiate showing you that EOS is gonna pop 14%? Like how does that
Um,
lead you to that?
well, it was
Like you'd think
it
Matic
was
would be
doing these
rocking right
big.
now.
I mean, it was doing these big step up, and then come back down again. It had three big step ups, and then back down again. And then obviously the last time it came down was during this big old Bitcoin dump. So it
Well,
went
yeah,
down significantly further than I was expecting it to go to. I mean, I was kind of expecting it to hold around $8.
yeah, everything blew through any kind of downside target for the short term.
Yeah, so
But
that
like
EOS
what?
is flaming up right now doesn't really surprise me too much if you look at the accumulation at the bottom,
But they're all gonna
because
have that.
we're halfway up, nearly halfway up back to all-time high on accumulation.
Well, so Link's got to
So
tick
you
up.
kind of expect the price to be nearly halfway up from the bottom.
So Link's got a big uptick over here. So you expected big out of Link too then? Link's
Yeah,
got a really big uptick. XLM not so much.
it also depends on which exchange you're looking at, because there's
I tend to look
differences
at
between
Binance for the.
Coinbase and Binance, and
Yeah, I tend to look at Binance for the most part.
it is
Like,
the biggest exchange, so it makes
like
sense.
Matic just popped up into all-time highs in terms of accumulation
Yeah,
distribution.
I don't trust Matic as much because
But you trust
there's a
EOS?
lot of
Come on.
people locking up Matic and then um, using some of the gains that they get and borrow against it, and then borrow against that and borrow against that. It's I don't know, a bit dodgy,
Isn't
if
that the
you ask
point?
me.
Isn't that the point of the of those liquidity pools? That's what.
I just don't see how it can be sustainable to do that, because it's almost like adding leverage on top of leverage on top of leverage. So what happens when you get to 100x leverage?
Now talk to Hex users about that.
Yeah. But yeah, Link is looking really good. Link is all-time highs on accumulation distribution, so it wouldn't
So
surprise me
so is Matic.
if yeah, but you don't have that same. I'm not saying that Matic can't go up massively. I'm just saying I don't know when it's going to sort of implode on itself, Matic. Whereas for Link, that you haven't got that leverage thing going on.
Yeah, true.
I don't fully understand it, I have to say, but for me, it's about risk and reward, and for me, the risk is too great with something like Matic
All right. So
for a big position anyway.
what's it look like for ESI here?
Whereas for Link, I have no problem buying the dip at $21. And
Ellie's
look where
on
we are
here,
now,
muted.
34.
Yep.
What's up, Ellie?
Anyway, getting back to
Just gonna creep here a
stocks, which
little
is
bit.
what we're supposed to be looking at. I notice a very similar pattern in the chart between FCell, EHang, QuantumScape, and NNDM.
What you got?
It's almost like there's the same group of people or companies have been loading up on it, and then when they stopped, it sort of came down in this big arc.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them got overbought like that.
Yeah, and then oversold. So I'm kind of trying to compare FCell, EHang, QuantumScape, and Nano Dimensions in terms of what the accumulation distribution looks like, what the overarching situation is, because I don't like see, for EHang, for instance, I wouldn't call it mature technology, based on the knowledge that I have of electric aircraft and where things are at the moment. I would say that's very early days, whereas fuel cell technology is getting relatively mature, and it's finally getting enough social pressures on there to push it into bigger use. The energy companies are getting into it for like storing electricity en masse.
Fuel cells?
Yeah, hydrogen.
How are the electricity companies? Just like on site, you mean?
Yeah, so rather than having a big battery pack, like the mega packs or the the
Blasphemy.
big Tesla stuff. Yeah, I know, but they are doing it, and so
Who's doing it?
there's a couple of energy companies that are experimenting with that, and also
That big orders in it, or they're
the
experimenting with it.
well, they're setting up some decent size schemes where they're connecting it in with a windmill park. Let me look it up. I haven't got all that stuff open right now,
Yeah.
but
I got a nosebleed
I
going
think
on over here. After another
call
hospital.
911.
Exactly. Hey, 911. Let's see how long it takes him to come.
Ask your wife.
Usually about 13 years. Actually, we don't quite know the time. That's just the counting ticker. It's like the sign on the wall, hasn't been injured since,
Yeah.
34 days from now. Yeah, it's been about 13 years for her.
So JJ, are you bullish about natural gas? Because for me, it feels like its tech is going to be ready, after the new battery from Musk, which it's going to be like MD player, if you know, or MD technology, like it's going to be a tiny blip in the history when it will going to exist and then disappear.
What, fuel cells? You're saying fuel cells would be a blip,
Yeah.
or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like timing wise, it seemed to be too late.
well,
I don't think that fuel cell is going to be, or hydrogen for that matter, is going to be nearly as big as batteries are going to be. But I'm just looking at the chart from F cell, and it's like been massively selling down for a long time, and it's finding some new. The concept of hydrogen is finding some new popularity with, for instance, the Biden administration, but also aviation at the moment, because it does at the moment give a slightly higher energy density than battery packs do, and these short-sighted people are all in on that.
That makes sense, actually. That's a problem with aviation. You
Yeah.
can't really fly it
So
on electric. Yeah,
I
I'm still
mean,
waking
the
up.
energy density of fuel cells, of a fuel cell power system, because it is going to have to include some form of battery still anyway to handle the power surges. The energy density is only about twice as good as lithium polymer battery packs found in a Tesla today. Now, when we go to the 4680 cells, that gap is going to become already much smaller. And on top of that, there is the practicalities of there is no hydrogen available at airports. The infrastructure simply isn't there. Whereas electricity, that's potentially much easier to make happen at airports as well. But that's, aviation is going to be a relatively small consumer or a sector for the hydrogen industry, and electric vehicles as well, on the whole.
well,
I just think that the F cell as a stock at the moment is fairly low priced, and it could have a significant run in the near future. Certainly, after the COVID crash, it had a nice pump up, and it then we had Biden come into administration. So yeah, I think it's could be something to watch.
Yeah, but the big story is the volume in F cell. That's the big story. The volume.
I don't want to distract you guys too much, but I'm gonna still do it. I've been looking to Beyond Meat, and for this day, it's capping up with 10% growth. Do you think we should try to buy it at this point? I'm just curious.
Seems a little up there from its recent little rounded bottom. It's up a lot. It's up like 30% almost.
Yeah,
But
but
damn,
look, every day it's just getting bought.
look at the volume today though.
I see what you're saying, Elliot, because the accumulation distribution has been coming down fairly linearly since September 2019, and now it's having a nice curve to the upside, but it has had a few little bumps, along with the stock price moving quite significantly during that time. So the question is this the time where it's going to turn around, or is this just another blip?
Yes, but
The volume
damn,
is suggesting that it could just be another blip.
I should have went on it. Yeah, but in the end, I would be totally fine cashing in like 20% in 2 days or something like this.
Yeah, it could do that.
I mean, we are nowhere near maximum candle volume.
What do you mean
On
maximum
the other
candle
hand,
volume?
he's talking about like the how much volume for one day, basically, a daily volume, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the volume already today is crazy.
So it could be, on the other hand, JJ, it could be one of those stocks which you look at it, you're like, okay, it's overextended. There's no way it's gonna go up, and it's going up every day. And you're saying the same thing over and over, that it's not gonna
Well,
go up.
in
And
my in my in my mind, the buying zone for this, unless something significantly changes before then in the accumulation distribution, would be between 220 and $240. So it's obviously a lot higher than where we are now. But if it gets to that point, and there is significant volume and accumulation distribution is nicely ticking up, then for me that could be like a buying zone, because it could keep going up, like Roblox broke out recently. But for
yeah.
now, I'm looking at it and I don't see anything that says to me, this is a change in behavior. It's just a wild ride.
Well, you're not looking at the 1 minute chart, JJ. That's the problem. You gotta lower your time frame.
Yeah,
Uh,
that'll be why.
Yeah.
by the way, about the upsell, there is a bunch of charts which look similar to upsell. This is my watch list. For example, Nikola, which is pretty much a red poison, looks like oversold shit. And my thinking there is, there is no tech, there's probably no future except marketing ploy. But it's probably just gonna go, it's probably gonna double from this range. And so that's why I actually bought a bunch of it and just hoping it to double and cash out on that. But I
Hey
think there's
man, at least Beyond Meat has actually got a
yeah.
decent product and is attached to reality, whereas what you're talking about is literally just somebody trying to fleece everybody.
Yeah. No. The Beyond Meat, they actually have legit clients in fast food
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Those BTC derivatives are looking tasty, right?
Yeah, you know.
Blockchain, SIG, the volume on SI, super inviting.
I'm just gonna buy Beyond Meat, guys. I'm just gonna FOMO in
Yeah,
and I'm gonna complain about it for months.
that is what you would be doing, is FOMOing in.
Yeah.
That is the definition. No, the volume's really good on the day. You can't really argue with the volume. But yeah, it is already up extended 30% from any reasonable buy area.
For me, SI has to get above
YOLO.
115 again and stay there.
It's at 115.47.
It's at 113.22 on mine.
SI?
Silvergate Capital Corporation? Are you looking
Yeah.
at something else?
Look at my screen. Oh, no, it's
mine's on 115 now. That okay. There must be some delay here.
You just talked yourself into it. No, I really do like the volume on this, though. It's been pretty spectacular.
Yeah, that's looking good. I mean,
All
my
the Bitcoin
my
derivatives
EMAs
have been
are literally crossing over at this point.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. So if it holds above 115, I would be quite up for a bit of that.
Yeah, it looks like it's chopping around. It's back to 114.78, so it's chopping a bit, but nothing too crazy. What day is this big one? 5/13. That's this day. Okay. Oh, that's not bad.
So moving down my list, QuantumScape has got a nice descending triangle, which it currently is deciding to stay within by the looks of it, or a descending wedge.
Accumulation distribution can't be very good on that one.
No, but
Now we get a no, but come on, man. What are you
well,
doing?
it depends on which way you look at it, because just like
Chart right side up.
price, you can find a bottom in accumulation distribution as well.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Bottoming action is not bad. I think everything's got bottoming action right now.
Well,
Almost any
QS is not broken out yet, so I'm watching it. But for me, at the moment, it's a no.
Yeah, I really wish it would. A lot of things need a lot of volume right now. There's only a few things that have it though. I don't know if I wrote them all down, but it'd be nice if Tesla got some volume, but it's not ready yet. SI's got the volume. Right, blockchain doesn't quite have the volume. It's okay. Back down here in the 20 to 30 level. Yeah, this has been out. Riot blockchain and SI have been outperforming Bitcoin over the past week. So that could be. They also tanked earlier than Bitcoin rolled over.
Well, I'm up a nice 10% on Marathon.
What's that one?
Mara.
Oh, is that Bitcoin play too?
Yeah.
Which one's this one? Marathon. There's a couple of these that I'm not really familiar with. I think Marathon's one of them. Yeah, obviously. So why Marathon? What's up with them?
The amount of Bitcoin that they actually hold.
What do they do? Actually, I have no idea what they do.
They're just basically Bitcoin mining company.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
they have mining machines.
So they're like Riot blockchain, basically.
Yeah, but if you look at the amount of Bitcoin they actually have on the books, it's one of the higher ones.
Speaking of blockchain companies, what's BTCS doing? 0.67. All right, they still ain't doing nothing.
So, I mean, with Coinbase, obviously the play is on the fees that they're collecting, which is going to be huge during this past crash. People are going to have cashed out, and then they might be buying back in. So there's a lot of volume, a lot of activity. Whereas with Marathon, they hold huge amounts of Bitcoin. So as soon as Bitcoin is ticking up, the Marathon price goes up. I think with Coinbase, you're going to have to wait for earnings to come out, and then there'll be a big jump.
Yeah, they got earnings out later this summer. It's going to be a while.
Yeah. So until we get to that point, it's like, see if it finds a bottom before then. Otherwise, hold fire.
Coinbase has to turn around a lot. Roblox looking pretty good. Up 2.7%. Let's walk down the actionable list, see if there's
I
anything.
actually have Roblox. Do you think it's gonna go?
I like
nobody.
it. I think it looks.
It's pretty fresh. You don't know, right? Like
It's one of the few things actually in a breakout situation right now.
Yeah, but then it can go to forever, or crash tomorrow. Because there's no chart, there's no data.
Well, there's data. There's data going back to early March, so I mean it's okay.
Another chart that I would like you to have a look at is AI.
That is a big logo on my screen. Yeah, it looks like it's trying to bottom out, huh?
The accumulation found its bottom on the 20th of April and has been going up since then.
20th of April? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically flat on the price at the moment.
Yeah, so it's actually bumping up against those 3 lows. So it's a nice line of resistance at $60.
Oh, okay.
And it wouldn't surprise me that when it finally decides to break above that, you're going to see some significant price action.
It's pretty low volume. What's the how does that accumulation distribution work? So I was looking into that on TradingView and it made no sense to me. So I was trying to figure how it's different because it seems similar to my volume aggregation tool on the bullish side, like very, very similar. But
Yeah.
it's not obviously. It's going to be a little bit different. But it's definitely volume based. But it's
Yeah.
so like if you look at the code, it's funny because it like I don't know how this it says the close equals the high and the close equals the low, or the high equals the low. Like I don't know what makes no sense to me. It's a pretty simple equation, but or and then depending on the or statement, it does 0 or it does 2 times the low
Well,
minus the close minus the high.
yeah, that's the interesting bit there, because you've got the 2 times the close, and then the volumes in it as well at the end. So
Yeah, it uses
I don't
volume.
want to pretend to say that I understand it fully,
Like I don't know
because
what
I don't.
like, I don't know what these equal signs mean. They're supposed to be equal, like it says right there, equal to. But how does the high equal the low? That I don't understand.
Well, it's programming language, isn't it?
Well, I generally understand, and I've done some work in TradingView, PineScript, and
Yeah,
high and
I
low is
don't.
fairly self-explanatory. They're the price bar, current low price, and then current high price. So how can the high equal the low? I don't understand. But then it has this and statement of the close has to equal the high and the close has to equal the low. So I'm like, what? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, make up your mind.
Exactly. You're trying to do both over here. And they both have to be. If the high equals the low and the close equals the low, then it's 0. But if the high equals the low, then you do all this gobbledygook, which is nuts. So I don't know how the close
Yeah,
can equal the low.
I'm gonna have to go and do the kids run.
Kids run?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go get the
So,
kids.
but it does look fairly similar to your volume accumulation. What do you call it again?
Volume aggregation tool.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. It does look fairly similar to it.
It's almost bang on. Like it's missing just a couple of things, but like all the major, like this whole sequence is almost identical right through here. I mean, you can go to almost any chart. I was looking at this the other day. I'm like, what the hell is
It's
different?
almost like yours is more logarithmic, and this one's actually more linear.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, this just adds it up. Mine's essentially a rolling 20-day aggregation
Yeah.
of the volume. Looks like yours just adds it up. There's no time reference. It doesn't reset.
Yeah.
And actually, it can only go up if you look at that. If you look at that code, it never subtracts from the volume.
But it does go down, as you can see.
Yeah, it does. That's interesting. Maybe that has to do with the fact whether it's a red day. Maybe it'll print a negative number on this calculation.
Yeah.
But that's I don't know. Yeah. Mine's a little bit more. So what was the one you like the accumulation distribution on in the stock market?
AI Roblox.
Let's see what it does on the VA tool. Yeah, see this comes down a lot. And mine doesn't really show much differentiation, where this one is telling a different story, you know what I mean? Mine bottoms
Yeah.
out all the way over here. And then Roblox looks pretty similar.
Well, I'm looking on the 1 hour chart. You're looking on the daily now. I was looking on the 1 hour for AI because it's not got that much history.
And get the 1 hour. And here's
Just for AI, because it doesn't have that much history on it.
Yeah, here's the 2 hour.
So it does change. The picture does change a bit depending on what time frame you're looking at.
Yeah, like on mine, the volume is drift. So when my volume's drifting away, it means those high volume candles are high volume candles 20 bars are expiring. So
Yeah.
mine will expire. Yours, I think, get deducted from in certain situations. Mine expire on the VA tool.
Hmm.
So like here, this shows, at least to me, some consistent, like a baseline of selling pressure, which everything's going to have, a baseline of buying and a baseline of selling. And the buyers are pretty interested. And then from here, it looks like the buyers are not very involved anymore, but the sellers are just chilling, doing their normal thing, which isn't necessarily a horribly bad thing.
In my mind, it helps to find out if the price is just sort of going through a pattern, but the underlying buying pressure or selling pressure is following a continuous trend. You can see the difference between the two quite clearly. So that's one way to look at it. So Tesla at the moment, it's going down, trending down quite steadily. So that the price is just doing its own little thing, but eventually it'll come back to the mean, which is the accumulation distribution. Which is why I don't believe Tesla is going to go up unless anything changes. It is not going to continue to go up.
Well, you're missing
630 much.
Yeah, maybe there's this nice big trend going on here. It's not the accumulation distribution isn't dropping. That's for sure. It's fairly steady. So that's a short term.
I'm off. See you later.
Later, buddy. All right. So that was JJ. If anybody wants to jump on Discord, there's a link up top there. You guys can jump in.
Not enough, right?
You still hanging around, Ellie? Well,
yeah.
I don't want to exclude. This is a very inclusive time, Ellie. I want to be inclusive.
I'm not diverse enough, got it.
You don't check enough boxes.
I'm actually interested in Airbnb. I think it's bottomed and it's summer season. So
is it B&B? What's Airbnb? Oh, Airbnb.
Airbnb, yeah.
Airbnb and B&B. Ooh, that's not bad, Ellie.
Yeah, I think they're prime for bottom picking.
Hey, they came back down to the low of the IPO, and so far have just done nothing. That's pretty intriguing. Yeah, bottom picking on Airbnb.
Yeah, and it's pretty volatile stock as well. And just overall, I think I have a friend there working, so I have all of the inside information. I think it generally should be a good stock.
Yeah, and like you said, they are coming into the season down the summer season. $11. They lost $11. I've lost more than $11. I've lost way more than 11.
It's a business which is growing, and it's pretty much there is nobody who can beat it. I think with COVID things, resolving, even without it resolving, especially like in California and shit, people gonna go crazy summer. So everybody wants to do B&B, not the hotel. I think they should steal a lot of share of hotel business just in general.
Yeah, so I'm going to Legoland with the kids in a couple of weeks. I looked at Airbnbs. Holy fuck, their fee structure is thick. I actually did not stay in an Airbnb because of their damn fee structure. That's just me personally, nothing against the stock itself, but like if you look, and they lay it out for you on their website, it's actually bonkers. I want to go check it out because I can. So let's see if I can. Like I was looking at San Diego, check-in dates, check-out dates, whatever. But hey, look at the fees. Just choosing one real quick. Come on, they can't load faster? Garbage. So you go from $89 a night, and look at these damn fees. Got cleaning fee, service fee, occupancy and taxes fee. That's like over a third of your stay on a 2-night stay. That's crazy. And actually, when you look at hotels, hotels are starting to get cheaper than Airbnbs. Not, I haven't like averaged it out, but yeah, I'm with you on the stock because people are too stupid to care about fees. But like $89 a night's fine, but these fees have gotten crazy. Like $90 cleaning fee. That's the cleaning fees put together by the the person that owns the whatever. But anyway, yeah, $89 a night. You're still looking at 50% in fees, and then you add the cleaning fee, and that like doubles it. So if you're gonna go for, maybe if you go for a week, I wonder if the cleaning fee changes. I have to check availability. It didn't like it. Oh, I thought I added a checkout date.
I think it's kids cleaning fees, basically. They assume there's going to be a lot of mess.
It's just another profit center for them. Really, what it is, I think. But anyway, yeah. So I
Yeah.
actually just went with a normal hotel because you don't have the damn cleaning fee, you don't have the service fee, and that on 89. This is the cheap one, $89 a night. And if you go to, let's go to a little bit, oh yeah, 150. Let's go to $200 a night. See what that does. Dang, $185 cleaning fee. Like that's a damn problem. That's a lot. You go from spending 400 to spending 700.
You should start your cleaning company for Airbnbs.
No doubt, right? I should start. I'm like, hey, we do cleaning fee. We do cleaning and servicing. This is Airbnb's fee though, and that's a bit rich too. That used to be less. And it's interesting that they show it out in the open. Usually it's kind of hidden. It's weird. Anyway, that's my problem with Airbnb. And so yeah, I didn't stay with Airbnb because of that. It was just too much.
Damn, Muhammad. Yeah, AMC. Wow. Just check it out.
Is it still going? Bam, AMC. Nice.
This, I don't know. This looks scary. Talking
Gosh.
about not touching things. Yeah, I would be very worried touching this.
Well, I'm not.
Looks like Wall Street bets on it.
Yeah, pretty. It's pretty much Wall Street bets, but it's moving right now. Can't argue with it that much. That's pretty cool. Let's see. JJ had
I think
JJ.
Mohammed, if you want to play, if you want to play MC, it looks it could go even higher. It's just that ridiculous. So
Yeah.
you may wanna wait till it's get just stupid and then sell it.
No, he had
But
AMC. He's
yeah,
had
if
it.
you um
He's in it.
if you're nervous, I would just try to cash out a little bit, just to you know to de-risk it. But yeah, I don't think it's done.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
If Wall Street bets are on it, then they're gonna pump it. I would start selling it when it shows up in the news.
Yeah, it was in yesterday a little bit on just some articles. But I mean, if this was just like if you
Yeah.
omit Wall Street bets, this actually looks excellent, which is hard to
Um,
do. But I mean, look at the volume stepping into this thing.
yeah, Mohammed. Yeah, you have a right thinking in my books.
I'd sell a quarter. I would
That's fine. But
me We talked yesterday about selling on some type of a signal. Right now, there's not too many signals. There's just quite a bit of good volume. Really. Let's see that accumulation distribution. AMC popping through the roof. There's your accumulation distribution. So still being bought up. Yeah, I wouldn't be rushing to get out of it, but partial profit take is not too bad, especially because you've been waiting for so long. A lot of people are probably going to be taking profits, so I'm not minded it nibbling them off. Looks like Tesla's bounced back. Tesla started the day off negative. Looks like it's bounced back into positivity. An exit signal for AMC. On a move like this, you could do an intraday trend line or something. I don't know if you're going to get a blow off top. You may. The volume today seems pretty similar to yesterday's volume. Need a mood for 10 minutes? That's fine. I'll hold the fort down. JJ saved my voice today. That guy speaks more than I do. Gives me a break. It's very nice. So there's a couple things going on here, Mohammed. You could try to sell. So you're gonna get you have these trend lines. You're gonna get these moves up off the trend lines, and then you can try to decide. Like if this is a big day, it's up 8 or 9%. You can look for that explosive volume. Ellie says AMC talk in the news. Yeah, what news though, Ellie? There's like so much. There's so many different media outlets. It's hard to say what is news anymore in reality. I don't know if it's going to get on your evening news at 6. It may. But yeah, we talked yesterday about nibbling profits off a little bit. Kramer talking smack about it. He may already be doing that. Yeah. Yeah, overall not too bad. I mean, it looks like it's getting bought up pretty well. So I wouldn't be really mad at it. I mean, I would try to keep some like right now your trend line break would be down at 1863, which would be about where we talked about it yesterday. That would be down about 10-11%. Those are always difficult. But yeah, I mean, if you want to start nibbling off it as it goes up, that's not too bad. I mean, all in all, do some research into AMC, Mohammed. See if it's actually worth keeping some of, and maybe you could keep 25% of it. If you're like nibbling some off here and there. I mean, overall, this thing does have an accumulation general signature, even omitting all this stuff over here, which, I mean, a lot of buying happened over here, but even recently, since this last earnings call, it's been pretty decent. So, I mean, there's no perfect way to exit, Muhammad. You just kind of have to learn how to take profits. As long as you walk away with a profit, you're good to go. That's your job, is to walk away with profits. So I do like the BTC derivatives though. ABNB bottoming looks really good. I do like these BTC derivatives. Pretty thick in here. Looks like SI. Been a little choppy this morning. A little bit wide and loose. Not a huge fan of that. Looks like Tesla's turning around nicely. Soxel's up here, 178. Soxel has turned it around a little bit. BTC about 40K? Yeah? Oh yeah, 40,100 right there. Yep. Definitely above our alert. All right, so far Bitcoin's doing everything we've asked it to do in the power hour. So, a little wide, but it's a little bit wide, but I think it's a little manageable also. Roblox 372. I think they're... I was looking at a Riot, an options trade on Riot, because you're back down to some really historically low levels. It's up, unfortunately, up a little bit now. Stuff gets going about an hour into the session these days lately, doesn't it? Tends to pop up. Oh, Peloton. I thought Peloton yesterday was looking great. Look at Peloton. Huge pocket pivot yesterday. There's actually quite a few here. I was thinking about peppering through a few more positions than I traditionally hold, because I think the market in this area is very, very interesting. The question is, are we just going to flounder through some of these trendline breaks, or are we actually going to start some rallies? Peloton and Zoom very similar, but Peloton kind of leading first. Zoom still within the triangle. It's like Apple perking up a little bit. Yeah, there are a bunch that look like F-Cell. And the saving grace with F-Cell, in my opinion, is the volume. But it's not. I don't think it's the same as Peloton. I'll show you in a second. Look at how far this thing pulled back. So here's your start of your accumulation to the 269. This thing pulled back to 656 from almost 30. Versus you look at Peloton. Peloton was at 22. It was still up 400%. It bottomed way, way higher. So it is a declining trend line, but the overall setup is different. And Peloton showing a lot of resiliency up here, whereas something like F-Cell, which is arguably a huge piece of garbage until proven otherwise, this is a much more quality. You can just look at it on the weekly; it tells a story. It's just holding up versus, I guess F-Cell in 20. I don't have it on this chart, but F-Cell. Oh, there's an IPO in 2019. That's why. Now the weekly, they do look very similar. The daily, they're starkly different. Huh. So yeah, you're right on the weekly, wrong on the daily. But I still like Peloton. I would still like Peloton over F-Cell. Look at all this volume on Peloton. Look at that. Yeah, that was yesterday. Look at all this volume stepping in down here right after earnings. They wouldn't let it drop. And now they're trying to rally it through. So I was looking at this yesterday. Didn't pull any triggers. I was looking at it a little bit late. Could pull back a little bit. We're coming up to the 200 daily moving average. Look at that though. We crossed the 50 yesterday on a tremendous pocket pivot. That is a good signal. So I guess yeah, if it can pull back to the 100, maybe even the 105. I think the 105 would be good. I'm not sure if it'll be able to do it, but I think that could be intriguing. All right, I was trying to look at FUV for a second. There you go. FUV, another one with a full round trip. But at least it's got one big base under its belt still. This rally's still intact from the 1 to the 8. Holding at the 7. So that's pretty good. Yeah, space has been looking a little better. I'm not a company's intriguing, but the volume here the past couple of days has really been blockbuster. I think a lot of things are in good areas right now. Super good. Let's see what else interesting is on this list. MasterCard, Apple, Peloton. We talked about that one. I like Peloton. I like a lot of stuff in these areas. I like Donkey Kong. Not as much as Peloton. I still like Zoom. I probably like Peloton more than Zoom. And Zoom's got pretty good advantage. Amazon taking the day off, keeping the NASDAQ in check. Same with a lot of the mega caps. Microsoft down a little bit. AMD down a little bit. My buddy EXPI. A little bit of a break today. Huge pocket pivot yesterday. Look at that day. That is a pocket pivot on EXPI. Gorgeous. I'm writing that one down too. The problem with some of these just coming out of these is it's hard to know exactly when they're going to start their major uptrend, but maybe getting something like 6 months out, maybe into the end of the year, EXPI could try to go. NVIDIA shitting on earnings looks worrisome. Really? What do they do on earnings? Oh, not very good? 366. Yeah, they have a stock split coming up too, which could be a little bit worrisome. I don't know. It can get going. It can get going a little later, but no, generally, I think you're right. I think that's a little bit worrisome. Well, they definitely blew their load earlier down here at the 550 to the 625. Yeah, they didn't run. As long as they hold steady, though. Remember last earnings we had, a lot of things dumped, even though some earnings were pretty strong. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Actually, speaking about chips not being ready, maybe this pattern is going to give you a clue. Maybe later in the year. The Soxel pattern. Basically have a descending triangle here. It'd be nice if it was an ascending triangle, but I still think it's going to be fine whenever this starts to get going. Yeah, you gotta dig a little deeper. I'm not sure. Yeah, catching up with production. Well, if they can't capitalize on the market environment, that is technically a form of a problem. All right, Okta's not working today. Silver looked like it was going to be a good trade. Really has done nothing. That's fairly interesting. KG lower. Crocs looks great, having a down day today. If you're looking at Crocs, there's a 3% pullback buy, which overall looks pretty good, fairly consistent. It's not breaking out though. The VIX is tanking. Intuit, AQB, PLL underneath a lot of stuff. Yeah, I can't disagree with that, Ellie. Well, I can. I can disagree with anything, but I'm not going to. So I think you're right. Solo, Sandal, U, HubSpot, CRWD, that's intriguing. Adobe. We don't talk much about Adobe. Adobe's not bad. It's not good either, but it's not bad. Looks like we're still not going to talk much about Adobe. Is this MetaFast? This is MetaFast. All you fat people out there, boom. You need to get some MetaFast. That's what the chart's telling you. Bam. I just don't eat. That's my MetaFast. You want a MetaFast? Just stop eating. It works great. Nobody listens to me, though. Like, I want to eat. I'm like, shut up and stop eating. Adobe?
Oh, let me join.
I don't know, man. It's entrenched. Talk about entrenchment. Adobe's entrenched.
I think Adobe is the just they didn't get the memo.
I agree they should be supplanted, but until someone can come up with a viable alternative, which so far everyone is doing small knockoffs of Adobe, but no one's like really. If you really attacked Photoshop and some of their movie players, some of the movie software, you could probably take it down. But
there are two competitors, like, for example, Da Vinci product line. It's tackling the video production, and they're very good. So at some point they're going to cross that point. They're going to knock them off.
yeah, I don't know.
I
doubt it.
We all agree about these. It's like resting.
Well, dude, look at all the studios. They're not gonna go for some unproven little one-off software. They're just gonna stick with their $70 a month and call it a day. They don't care. Nasdaq's positive.
Yeah, but when the big studio is gonna switch, that's gonna be like a clear signal, and it's gonna be already too late.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway,
Adobe
Adobe
starts from small.
Look at the chart. Looks pretty good. Chart looks pretty good. I don't think it's really buyable. I mean, it could be. It already broke a long-term turnaround play. It's not really a long-term turnaround play, but kind of a declining channel. Not a lot of accumulation though. Are you far away from your mic there, Ellie? You seemed a little bit low volume. Uber. CRM. Ooh, look at Salesforce. Salesforce looks fairly yummy. Definitely needs something. Looks like earnings coming up really soon. Today, as a matter of fact. CRM, that's interesting. Kind of lacks a volume signature, unfortunately. But above average the past couple of days. One pocket pivot right there. Maybe two. Two pocket pivots. You know what? Oh, you know what I forgot to do? That's what I forgot to do. Monkeytron's gonna murder me. What's new?
One pocket pivot. Ha, ha. Two
Exactly.
pocket pivots.
Exactly.
Ha, ha.
All right, Monkeytron changed my volume aggregation tool to include pocket pivots.
This is amazing.
It is. How do I do a new one? I don't want to overwrite this if I don't have to. Here you go. Make a copy. VAPP. What I'm going to call it. Bam. Look at all that code. Lots of coding. All right. Skip. What's a pocket? JJ, you don't know what a pocket pivot is? You're killing me. You are killing me.
It's fine, JJ. It took me 2 years to finally Google it.
Yeah, I'm not even going to explain it. It's not worth it. Guys
Randy
don't
is just using some random terms nobody knows about. It's
You don't
fine.
appreciate my pocket pivots.
You
That's
don't
right.
appreciate
It's
your
like,
pockets.
it's like a handkerchief bottom, but you don't know what that is either, right? Come on, man. Pocket pivot, handkerchief bottom, boots below.
Um,
Don't know what boots below is either, I bet,
toilet
right?
pepper crash.
Hmm?
Toilet pepper crash.
Toilet paper crash? Exactly. There's lots of these. So these are the pocket pivots right there. So that's not bad for Salesforce. Not good either, but
Salesforce had a bunch of interesting acquisitions last year, so at some point that should start reflecting in their stock.
I know, but look at this has been basing since almost a year. I think this would qualify as a long-term turnaround play. I think it qualifies.
But actually, if you look, it has a pretty nice
Inverted head and shoulders.
diagonal trend line, which touches all of their tops.
Are you looking at my chart
Uh,
or just listening?
I, I don't look to the charts.
Because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
on
yeah.
my
Oh,
chart.
oh,
It's been on my chart. Been on my chart for months. Welcome to the show, Ellie. And it has an inverted
I'm looking to a mac and cheese pattern.
mac and cheese pattern. Okay, well, better than the elbow macaroni pattern. So, cup and flannel. I don't think it's not a cup and flannel. It'd be an inverted head and shoulders pattern. There's a double bottom pattern that fails. So this would coming out of this would be some type of a first stage base, but you would argue at some
Oh,
point Salesforce is going to get
I know
going.
what this pattern's called. It's a slinky pattern.
The slinky, I like it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like the
You
slinky
slowly
pattern.
step down to the doom of death.
Yeah, looks like they had a gap here at the 220.
It's rounding a little bit, right? Like so they have a higher bottom.
Here, it in
Yeah,
mid.
getting tight. Yeah.
Yeah, right up against it. Yeah, it's got to get through that trend line. That's going to break the 200 daily moving average, and your 50 is underneath it right now. So, yeah, we could basically almost do touch and go, kind of like we did over here, at least in terms of the moving averages. So there's your 50 day. And so see, the 50 was under the 200 for just a short period of time, had a small base, then a breakout. Of course,
They
most
have
of this
earnings
rally.
today.
Yeah, they do have earnings today.
Yeah, so let's
So
wait for it.
50% gap up incoming. It's like, yep, we should have bought it.
Lol.
Exactly. Should have bought it.
You should have bought Tesla 2 years ago.
I did. I didn't buy. I didn't. Yeah, Tesla was good. Tesla. We're gonna say that 2 years from now. We're like, man, we should have bought Tesla 2 years ago. And everyone's going to be like, we did, and we're going to be happy, and we're going to rejoice, and all is right with the
That's
world.
that's what I'm keep on telling to guys was Bitcoin, and all I hear is like, oh, it's crashed. That's the time to buy. I actually ran out of cash, by the way. So it's official.
I believe it.
I don't have cash. I'm poor.
I'm poor too. PLUEXPI. I do like this. This is like standard long-term turnaround play shit right here. Like, that's not even a joke. All right, let me look. I'm gonna look it up. I gotta look it up. So it's got to get back to 284. If I'm conservative, let's get it to 271, which really isn't that far away.
I saw you're liberal.
It's probably not going to be a very good play. Don't you put me in a box, Ellie.
I still think it could turn into a cup and handle.
No.
There's no, actually, there is no way. I'm sorry, JJ.
Yeah, sorry, JJ.
Just trolling it.
It looks like a servant, or like, you know, 3 cups and no handle.
Yeah, no, it's a long-term turnaround play is what it is. But my 271 is very, 18%. That's not very far.
The problem is that sell-offs and runs, it seems that there is like very small interest from retail trader, and there are few whales, you know, in a crypto manner, who trade the things, because the crashes and pumps are pretty sharp. So
you talking about crypto or this one?
No, this one. So it could, if it breaks out with the volume, and it's going to be too late to buy. It just kind of makes me a little bit FOMO, but I'm generally FOMO today.
Yeah. Well, crossing the trend line's a good sign on these turnaround plays for the most part. This one's lacking a little bit of volume signature, but other than that, it's okay. I do like the long-term nature of it. Which one?
Valet, because it's broken out. VALE.
How come you have all of those stocks I never heard about?
Because you're not cool.
I know. That's why, you know, I'm friends with Randy.
Yeah, I'm not friends with cool people. JJ's only here for business. JJ's not my friend.
Gotta fund these electric planes, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here to chew gum and make money, and I'm out of gum.
Well, then you're probably out of money too, because gum's cheap. That's funny. That is hilarious. Everybody laugh now. I'm gonna test this back up. Yeah, Veil's not too bad. Not my favorite one. Not too bad though. Soxel 2.1. So Soxel got up a little bit more.
Oh,
all right, let's see what's up here. So Beyond Meat pulled back. ACMR and VNTR, right? Blockchain pulling back. LTCN. Yeah, I think everything right now, is dependent on whether the Nasdaq's going to take another leg up. If we can get another leg up, then we can try to break out of some of these lows.
Let me show my shitcoin. Nikola is actually fine.
Nikola?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. You double your account on Nikola.
Can you guys buy a little bit?
I think we should put a bar on him, on Ali coming in here, if he's in any way, shape, or form dealing Nikola.
Yeah, so Nikola's a little bit like fentanyl. It's like we just don't want it. Yeah, it's just eventually it's gonna Michael Jackson you.
Wait, who said that people are buying fentanyl with Bitcoin? Oh, Bill Gates. Bill Gates was saying that the crypto is bad for you because people are buying fentanyl with crypto.
I don't understand all these fairly smart people who just talk mad garbage about Bitcoin. It really just makes no sense to me. Especially a guy who has a lot of conspiracy theories said about him spouting a conspiracy theory. That's always interesting.
I do think, just hear me out, I do think that they benefit from saying outrageous things, which gonna trigger a bunch of people going, crazy about those statements, just to get themselves into the news and get more on the on the articles and pages. I don't
Maybe.
think it's a real statement. It's mostly marketing. I think half of Elon Musk, or maybe like 90% of Elon Musk on Twitter is marketing, and people just eat it up as if it's like gospel.
Yeah, maybe. I don't necessarily believe that, but I'm probably too naive.
Why not?
I'll
Like
admit it.
I was
I'll admit
thinking
it.
the other day about the Dogecoin and SpaceX, and I think he's like, nobody actually pays attention to SpaceX, but everybody pays attention to the shit, to the shit coin. So if I connect those two together, I may use the people, stupid people to invest in the smart thing. You know what I
Well,
mean?
they can't invest in SpaceX.
But if he if he decides that he's gonna hold the Dodge or whatever or represent it, then at least it's gonna bring interest to what he's doing. I'm
Nah,
telling you, I think it's
nah,
purely marketing.
nah.
It's a
Nope.
40
I
chance.
disagree. It's too much. I don't know. It's too much. It's too much. Too much work for a guy that's already got too much work. Just for
Um,
what little payoff? Like, what kind of stupid person are you gonna get with Dogecoin to make them look at SpaceX for 3 seconds? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Royal Caribbean has elevated volume the last 2 days. Two pocket pivots. Go Royal Caribbean. I I don't know. My general look. Sometimes you can think it's for marketing, but I don't think everything's for marketing. I think these people can and do have opinions, and sometimes they're just
Everything
shitty
is for
opinions.
marketing. Every
But they, I disagree.
No, I just want him to be smarter than he is.
HEI. Well, you don't get one without the other, so it is what it is. I don't necessarily. Facebook. We haven't been talking about Facebook. It's trying to poke an all-time highs right now. Less than 50 cents away.
Yeah, Facebook looks good. I'm kind of upset.
Did you get hired with stock? You're like, just pay me in stock.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the problem is that if my start date was this month, not the previous month, that they would actually set the price for my stocks at the months before, which going to be, March, and it was around 300 the closing date. But now the closing date for this month is going to be 330, so I'm losing 30, 10% already
Okay, hold on. Let me
on
pull out the
something I
world's
don't have.
smallest violin for you. Hold on a second.
Oh man, you're one of those. Oh.
One of those.
I was complaining like this to my wife, and she was picking on me with the smallest violin, and then I showed her how much we paid in taxes, and she was like, "Oh, right, that's my money too," and she got depressed.
Yeah, well, look at the other side of the equation of how much you actually made, and then hopefully that'll make you feel better.
No, not enough. I'm greedy as fuck.
And at least you're honest. Like, you cannot argue with this damn chart. You can't. You can't argue with the Facebook chart. Should have bought it on the breakout
Mm.
of the trend of the.
Yeah,
Is
but
that a
it's gonna
long?
have another breakout, and
Not quite a
five
long-term
hundred
trend.
dollars, $500 later, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I should have bought it at 300."
Yeah, right. My problem is I buy
Yeah,
options though, and if it doesn't suit me, then I'm screwed.
I think options should be too volatile at this point. It looks,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't think the premium is probably too high.
yeah. Up all-time high. There we go. Bam, we just hit it. So Nasdaq's positive, pulled up probably by Facebook because the other mega caps are doing garbage. Tesla's down to 0.84. It was up, I think, a little more than that. Man, freaking Facebook. When you talk about social media, man, it is just all Facebook, isn't it? Like, what's any other company that even has a candle that, like, Twitter's garbage. For some reason, Twitter's never been able to get their shit together, and then Facebook bought basically everything that isn't made in China. So, good moves by Zuck. MasterCard's up 1%. Doesn't look like it though. Oh, sorry, Mohammed. You said win. Haven't been focused on chat. My bad. Win casinos. A little bit like Royal Caribbean. What's the other one? What's the other casino? Las Vegas Sands. There we go. And it looks like garbage. Win looks much better. Royal Caribbean looks really good. And you've got, it starts with an NC North Caribbean, NCLH. Wow, I can't believe I remembered that disaster. It's a disaster of a stock symbol. Wow. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. Time for me to bounce. I should have been out a while ago. Having fun on the chat. Thanks for doing the chat. It's fun to put
My
things
pleasure.
in context. Not you, JJ. Dang. Making everything about you.
No, his
Not
voice,
you, Ellie.
was so sexy in the morning.
Not,
We don't
not
care
you,
about
Ellie.
you, Randy.
We're the only
Good
two
job,
here,
JJ.
so who else?
Good job, JJ. Just ignore this, self-centered asshole. Totally fine.
Yeah, I don't like that guy either.
You've got antisocial people, and then you've got Randy.
Yeah.
Yeah, not you, Randy, either. Damn. Guy needs to get over himself.
It's not a problem to have imaginary voices in your head. It's a problem when they're winning.
Depends on the voices.
Yeah.
See?
If
So
they
it's
tell
all-
you
it's
to
all
murder
perspective.
someone, don't do it.
It's all perspective. All right, I'm going to go. I got to go. Market's rolling over. I'll leave you with losing all your money. So,
We lose all your money.
it's already gone. Not much left. Not much left to lose.
See, Nicola's still going.
Ah, screw you.
Bye.
Yeah, good for bounce play. That's a good call on that one. I don't know how far it's going to go, though. Although we did get above some moving averages here. Last time, I guess we had that big spike up, huh? Yeah, a little bit of work to do. All right, guys, I'm out of here. See you guys tomorrow. I'll be jumping back on Discord. I'll keep posting the link in chat at the top. And then people can join it as they want to. As Ellie buys Adobe because he loves it. He's going to buy Adobe and MongoDB. Ellie's portfolio is consisting of MongoDB and Adobe, so do with that what you will. All right, everybody, have a good day, good night.
And Nicola. See you
And
later.
Nicola.